And welcome back to Card Spotlight. Today we have Gorgon, Empress of the Evil-Eyed, to admire and talk about. So let's just take a second to admire her before starting off. Look at that nice Starlight foil there. Alright, cool. So Gorgon, Empress of the Evil-Eyed here is the upgraded version of Medusa, Watcher of the Evil Eye. Now Medusa came out in the Infinity Chasers expansion in 2019 and Gorgon came out in 2019 also in the Chaos Impact expansion. And Gorgon, Empress of the Evil-Eyed here is actually just Medusa with the Evil Eye of Gorgoneo equipped. Now if I take her out her sleeve and zoom in on her artwork, I will show you the Evil Eye of Gorgoneo there. So that thing on her left eye, you see that little silvery thing with the red eyeball? That's the Evil Eye of Gorgoneo. And even though in the card text they talk about the Evil Eye of Selene, what is actually in the artwork is the Evil Eye of Gorgoneo, and I'll explain that a bit later on. First of all, let's talk about the mythology around her. So obviously this card has a lot of lore, a lot of mythology. Let me zoom in a bit more. So Medusa in Greek mythology was one of the three Gorgons, yep, Gorgon being the key word here, who were basically female monsters that were sisters and could turn whoever looked at them into stone and had venomous snakes for hair. Now that snake hair part, it hasn't really translated into the card artwork. I can't really see any snake heads there. I mean, her hair is all over the place, she probably needs a comb, but there's no snakes there and no kind of spitting tongues. But the other part about the Gorgons being able to translate, to being able to transform people into stone has actually carried over into her effect. So if you read the bottom line here, once per turn during the next standby phase after this effect was activated, destroy one monster this card points to. Now that's kind of like being able to turn a monster into stone, so that's really cool. But the best part, the real best part, is Medusa, unlike the other two Gorgons, her sisters, she was the only one that was mortal. So in the mythology, Perseus actually kills Medusa, but all her other sisters, the other two Gorgons, were immortal. So this characteristic of Medusa being mortal is actually a key theme, and it's actually represented into the Yu-Gi-Oh card game as well. Now, this is the part where I talk about why Gorgon here is wearing the Evil Eye of Gorgoneo, but her card text mentions Selene. So let's zoom out of her first of all. Great. So, as I was saying, the card text mentions Selene, but her artwork shows Gorgoneo. Now, if you take a look at the Evil Eye of Gorgoneo, and yes, that is Medusa there in the artwork, you'll see that in the card text, its name should be treated as Evil Eye of Selene. So that's why Gorgon Empress Evil Eye refers to the Evil Eye of Selene in the card text, but the artwork shows Eye of Gorgoneo. Now, if you take a look at the Eye of Gorgoneo and the Eye of Selene and compare the differences, you'll notice a fundamental difference. The fundamental one being, if somebody is equipped with the Evil Eye of Selene, they cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, whereas the Evil Eye of Gorgoneo doesn't have this feature. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier when they, Konami or whoever designed the mechanics of the Evil Eye archetype wanted to make obvious that Medusa was mortal, because Medusa has been given the Evil Eye of Gorgoneo, which doesn't make her immortal, whereas the Evil Eye of Selene would have. Now, in fact, in the Yu-Gi-Oh lore, both Medusa and Cerziel fight for the Evil Eye of Selene, but Cerziel is the one who ends up winning and becomes Cerziel, ruler of the Evil-Eyed. But that's another story. So I just thought that was really cool. The fact that they kind of made Medusa mortal in the game as well by giving her the Evil Eye of Gorgoneo instead of Selene is kind of something that's, you know, just generally really cool that they translated a theme of hers in the mythology into the actual card game as well. And if you want to know more about the whole Evil Eye architecture and lore behind it, there's a lot of interesting stuff there with Cerziel and the other people in the Evil Eye archetype, but that's a separate story in itself. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video here and this quick kind of close-up of Gorgon Empress here. I mean, she really is a pretty card. I really like the armor on her. I mean, the transformation from Medusa to Gorgon here is just really cool. in the Medusa, she kind of looks like, you know, a bit younger and a bit more innocent. But here, Empress of the Evil Eye, she really does look like an Empress, doesn't she? Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I've gone over the 5-minute mark now, so leave a comment and like if you guys can, and I'll see you guys next time.